Okay, class, we want to take a look at how integers work. So we can do this not just with random numbers, we can also do this by looking at a real world problem. So I'm sure you're all familiar with a GPS system. You've looked on your cell phone, or maybe your parents' car as they're driving, and they'll put in an address and say, hey, let's go here or let's go there. And it literally will guide you where you need to go. Well, this GPS is called a global positioning system. And what it really does is it determines elevations. So as we take a look at this particular table to the right, it shows the elevations of 5 countries. Okay, the U.S., Canada, China, Bolivia, and the Czech Republic. We can literally take this information, as you see that I've done, and transform this information on the real number line. And by doing so, we can determine, let's just hypothetically say, which country has the lowest elevations. So we know, looking at the real number line, that the number 0, which is, we know, a whole number, but it's also an integer, is the origin. This is the midpoint of the number line. Everything to the right of 0 we understand as being positive numbers. Everything to the left of 0 we understand as being negative numbers. So what I've already done is I have plotted each one of the elevations for the country. We see a negative 86. Notice I started at 0. And let's take a look at my increments. Increments are in 50s. 0, negative 50, negative 100, negative 150, negative 200. As we go left, every number to the left is actually smaller than the number to the right. Starting from this 0, and as we go right, the number to the right is larger than the number to its left. Okay, so on with that, we can see that if we plot the United States at a negative 86, we will start at 0 and go to a negative 50, and it will fall between a negative 100 and a negative 50. So I put my little point, and at the top put negative 86. And the next country we want to look at is Canada. So Canada elevation in, we could say, miles is 0. So it falls directly on the origin. Okay, then the next one is China, and as you see, China shows that it's a negative 154 miles. And then we really, let's go on a little bit further, talk about some geography. This means below sea level. So China is 154 miles, 154, we'll say, let's make it meters. Let's make it meters. It won't say miles. We'll say meters, because it's just not telling us exactly what it is. So we'll use meters. So as we look, we see that China's elevation is even, would that be lower or higher than the United States? And of course, it will be lower because we're going to the left. The value is decreasing. So as we see 154, we see a negative 150, and then the negative 154 will fall to the left of that. And then Bolivia. So now Bolivia is getting to the positive range. It is 90 meters above sea level. So we're going from 0, from the origin, and we're going right. There's 50, and then 190 will fall in between. And then, of course, the Czech Republic, we see actually 0 starting there, and 50, there's 100, and of course we put our point between 100 and 150. Now, on with this information, what we can do is we can look at this and determine which one has the lowest. So we would see, looking at lowest of the numbers that we have, It's the number that's actually furthest to the left. Then, of course, that would be China with 154. And, of course, just to answer our question, we could see that the lowest belongs to China. Okay. Okay, has the lowest elevation. But we can also take on with the way we've created this number line here is we can, if we were asked, can you put these in order from least to greatest? Yes, we can. We have China, the United States, Canada, Bolivia, and Czech Republic. So, can we order this? Order means to put it in some consequential or sequential order. Can we do so from greatest to least? Yes, we can. Czech Republic. And notice we're going from right to left here. Czech Republic, 115. Bolivia, 90. Canada, 0. United States, a negative 86. And last, China with a negative 154. So we just need to understand that armed with integers, that we can do a lot of tracking, and that's what we want to do now. Hope you understand this video. If not, go back and look at it again, and we're going to work some good and long and interesting problems when you get to class. Talk to you soon.